Hey guys, in this video we're gonna talk about gems and in what is in my opinion the best way to spend them. As usual, remember to like the video, subscribe if you didn't already, and let's get into it. So first of all, this game is gonna give you a crazy amount of gems in the first 2-3 weeks, and then it's gonna slow down like quite a lot. It's very noticeable how they slow down. And this is for many different reasons. It's like one thing that they do a lot in fun game, but also because your progress in PvE will slow down and also in PvP. So it's a different reason. But what are you gonna notice is that the amount of gems that you get is not gonna be enough to invest into many different heroes. So you need to plan carefully and like spend carefully. It's like you cannot waste them like in the first few weeks, because if you do that, then you're gonna find out that your account is kind of like in a bad situation then. So first of all, let's check how like the ways that you can spend the gems. One way, like from the bag, you can spend it for like exchanging token. This is absolutely not worth it. It's like 200 gems for something that is so random is like such a bad idea in my opinion. You can also use them to take 10 more space in your bag, but 500 gems for only 10 slots is like it's very expensive. I also don't think it's a good idea. You can eventually you will have so many unique equipment that you can also dismantle them. So you can dismantle basically everything except the legendary equipment. So it's difficult to run out of space in the bag if you do that, so absolutely it's not worth it in my opinion. You can also spend gems buying stuff in the daily shop, but I also don't think this one is worth it. Not because the exchange is bad, like 160 gems for 10 exchange ticket, it's not good, it's not bad, but the problem is the amount of gems you're gonna make in the game is gonna slow down so much after the first few weeks that even something like this, it's just not worth it in my opinion. Like I wouldn't do that. And there are many different things every day in the daily shop that cost gem, but I never buy anything from that. The same is also for the main game mode. For example, you can buy, I don't know, let me check here. You can buy some try with the gems for like Guardian Maze, or you can also do it for a daily dungeon, Ancient Temple, etc. Unless there is a specific event and you really need, like it's 10 minutes before reset and you are rank 2 and you wanna get rank 1, or some like crazy specific situation like that, don't advise to spend gem for PvE progress or like PvP progress. You're gonna eventually do it anyway the next day, so to spend gems for something like that doesn't really sound like a good idea for me. So at the end of the day, the best way to spend the gems is here. You're gonna have different type of event every week on the draw section of the game, and usually they have a double S rank hero, so the draw event for a double S rank hero, one for a S rank hero, and then there is always the drawing event for prime pieces. Now prime pieces are the one that you use to start up a character. For example, let me give you an example with mine. So as you can see, my Belos is 2-star, and if I want to go to 3-star, I'm gonna need a lot of prime pieces to do the limit break. When I do that, it's gonna be 3-star and it's gonna unlock a new quite useful power up. I mean, in this case it's increased defense, so it's not the most useful possible, but still it's quite big, it's a quite big bonus, and it's gonna boost his power quite a lot. So this is what they mean for prime pieces. This is what you need to keep in mind. Prime pieces are different from token. Token are actually what you need when you want to awaken your hero. Is gonna level up his skill and is gonna level up his passive, and also is gonna increase the cap level of the character. So it's two different things. I never did this event because I don't think it's worth it, at least for me now. Maybe the only situation in which I can imagine if the entire like lineup is heroes that I actually need and I'm actually using, and maybe I already have a very high awakening level, maybe in that case only I want to like go for prime pieces instead of the drawing event, which has both the prime pieces and the token. Otherwise I don't think this one is also a good one. You also have event for chest, as you can see here. This is for the equipment, but again, I don't think it's a very bad idea to spend gems to get random reward. Like if I get something, I want to be sure that I know what I'm getting. Like if I have to spend my gems, which is very limited in the game, I want to know what I'm gonna get. So my opinion, the best two way to spend a gem is this one and this one. Every once in a while they also have a third event which is like similar to these two, but instead of a specific hero, everything is random. That one is very good if you're away. Like if you have hundreds if not thousands of dollars to spend in the game, then that one is going to be amazing for the progress, because you can progress many different heroes at the same time. But it would be so ridiculously expensive that unless you're a whale, it's not worth it in my opinion. So if you're a normal guy, like if you're free to play, or maybe you spend a little bit but not too much, these two are the only viable option. So I never tried the one for S rank heroes, so I don't know how expensive it could be to finish all 16 stamp. But I did for 3 double S rank hero, I did the draw event, and what I noticed from my try is that in the luckiest case, I managed to finish the entire 16 stamp in 15,000 gems. In the worst case, it took me 50,000 gems to reach 16 stamp. That was terrible. So when you start, you have 60% discount, it's gonna be 1,000 gem. Then if I remember correctly, it goes up to 1,500, 2,000, and then 2,500. When you reach 2,500 gems, this is like the limit. It's not gonna increase the cost anymore, but every roll is gonna cost you 2,500 until you reach stamp 16. And every roll you do, you can get 1 stamp, which is the most common reward. But you can also get, I think the luckiest one I had was 10 stamp. So with one roll, that was 2,500 gems, I got 10 stamps. So the reward from, imagine, from 1 to 10. That was amazing, but it was very, very lucky. It doesn't happen very often. So I would say, if you are planning to be like, you should check the heroes that you like and decide to focus on 1 or 2 at most. If you're spending money, maybe 3 is a good idea, but I tried to focus on 3 and it was very bad. Like, I couldn't finish the third one. It was not a good idea for me. So I think the best case scenario is to focus on 1 or 2 heroes. Ideally, I would advise to focus on a DPS and a tank. It could be a warrior, it could be like, I forgot the name of the class. They have 2 classes that are frontliners. As you can see, this one is knight, and then this one is warrior. So I would go for a DPS like archer. Usually all the archer are main DPS. And then for a warrior or a knight. That's obviously just my opinion, it's up to you. You can also go for a healer. This healer is the one I tried as a third hero, but as you can see, I didn't manage to finish him. But this hero is very, very good. This priest is very, very amazing. Like, the skill is super strong. And yeah, based on what you want in your team, you can choose. I would say if you focus on double S rank hero, 2 is the most you're gonna do. Maybe it's even a good idea to focus on just 1 at first. If you do S rank hero, maybe you can try 2 or 3. But again, at first you're gonna have a lot of gems. So you think, oh, okay, I can do 2 or 3 heroes very easy. And then you're gonna find out very soon that after 2-3 weeks, the gem, they go from 60,000 to 10,000. And already it's difficult enough to save up 10,000. So I would say ideally, also because this is random. Like right now, I don't have to roll for anything because I'm not building one of these 2 hero. And from the notice here, you can check what is gonna be the next rotation. So I'm gonna show you. As you can see from here, so this was the first 7 and 8 of November, then 9 and 10, then where we are now, 11, 12, and then it's gonna be the last 2 of this rotation. So you can plan in advance what you want, and if you don't see anything that you really, really need, you can just not spend into this event. And so plan ahead, it's gonna be very, very important. Save up, ideally, I would say at least 30,000 gems. If you wanna go for one round, so 16 stamp, I would say less than 30,000 is gonna be very difficult to finish, unless you're very, very lucky, which happened to me. But then when the second time I tried again and I only had 15,000 and I was looking forward to do a second round, it took me 50,000, and so it was very bad. So yeah, I think this is the best way to spend gems in the game. Let me think if there is any other advice I can give about this. Yes, also, the best thing is to focus on 1 or 2 hero, because even imagine you have 60,000 gems. Maybe you can do round 1 of this hero and round 1 of this other hero, so you think it's worth it because you're gonna have 2 powered up heroes in your team. It is not, because from what I noticed, it's best to focus on just 1 hero, get as many awakens as you can, get as many star up as you can, limit break, however you want to call it, as you can, and just 1 very leveled up hero can carry you in both PvP and PvE much more than a balanced team. I know it sounds weird, but it does work like that. You can also see from some people in the ranking, like in the top 10, 20 player in the Calibur League, or like even overall power, they have 1 hero is very, very leveled up, and the rest of the team is very far behind compared to that one, and this is because it works. So for example, if you really want this girl here, I forgot her name, is a mage from the Angel team, the Angel race. If you really, for example, want to use her as a main DPS because she has quite a decent amount of damage, still, I would go for an archer, but this is behind the point. If you really want to use her as a main damage dealer because you like the character, and you have 60,000, I would advise to spend all the 60,000 in many rounds for her, because every round is gonna increase the reward that you get. So for example, if now you get on stamp 7, 20 prime pieces, I think I don't have the data because I forgot to record them, but if you go around 2 or 3, it's gonna increase. The number is it's not gonna be 20, but it's gonna be more. So it's gonna help you to rank up and start up the character as much as possible, and just have that one character very, very powered up is gonna be better than just having 2 or 3 characters powered up. This is the mistake I made. I rolled for 3 heroes, which were this one, Velos, this one, Kalban, and this guy here. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the name. And I think it would have been better if I just spent all my gems in one character. That would have been him, because the result would have been so much better in my opinion. But could be wrong, we'll see how the game progresses. It's only been a month for now. But yeah, this is the advice I would give you. And also, if you are planning to go free to play, remember that you're gonna get 3,000, no, 3,000 maybe, I wish. You're gonna get 300 token of him from the attendance reward event, and 300 of her. So if you want to play free to play and try to save up as many crystal as possible to just focus on one hero, I would advise to focus on one of them. Between the two, the stronger in my opinion is by far this one. It's very, very good. The attack is very slow. The attack is very slow, but the skill is very, very useful, you can see from here. And basically, it can silence the enemy, it can interrupt the skill, and also you're gonna stun all the enemy that get hit by his skill. Which, especially the silence, is so strong in this game, in PvP. So it's very, very good. I really, really like this character. So if you're free to play and want to maximize your progress, I think this one is a good idea to focus during the draw event. But of course, the game is meant to be played in a way that you enjoy. So don't just go for like the best approach possible, like from objective point of view. I think it's better to just focus on a hero that you like. Just be careful and read the skill very carefully, and maybe check how the hero is in the enemy team, if you like it or not, if he's strong or not, if he does a lot of damage, if he's good at surviving, so that you don't regret your choice. Because again, I can't stress enough, I don't want you guys to make the same mistake that I did. At first, you're gonna get like first 2-3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks, you're gonna have a lot of gems, but then they're gonna slow down very much. I think, from what I see, I'm only gonna roll for one character a month now, because I don't think I will have enough gems to progress more than one character a month. And so yeah, that's the plan, and that's also why I'm starting to think about team building more seriously, and I will probably just focus on only 2, maybe 3 double S rank character, not more, because more than that is not gonna be possible. Even if you spend money, it's not gonna be possible, unless you are a huge whale, but in that case you don't need to watch video or anything. You can just spend as much as you want in whatever you want, and you're gonna be better than everybody else. So that's it for the video. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me in the comment. I will try to answer to everybody. I also forgot to say in the last video, but I also got a guild. As you can see now, it's full of new players, but I will kick out people that are not playing the game. So as you can see from the message here, if someone doesn't play for 2 days in a row, I'm gonna kick them out. So eventually I will have more spots open. The server is global too, in case you want to join, that would be very nice. And yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.